Hello, everybody. It's Purple
Welcome.
Day.
We dressed purple
We did. We didn't
on
even plan
accident.
it that way.
It was
Didn't you know?
had a blizzard yesterday.
Yeah, we did. Totally
It was
crazy
exciting.
here in Colorado. Nutso. It was crazy.
Kids got the day off. They were
They
pumped.
did. They were pretty pumped. Yay.
Mom and Dad didn't get the day off.
No, we didn't. But we're so excited for you joining us on Love and Money Live today. It's going to be a really fun topic because it's something that we've been talking a lot about. And we just thought, today, let's just share some of what we're doing and maybe it can spur you all on to have a great future.
Yeah, absolutely.
We hate the word retiring because that has the connotation that you do nothing. And if that's the connotation that you have retirement, that's not what we're doing. But we do know there's the reality that the paycheck, if you will, does stop. And so you got to plan for it. But we're not going to talk all just about the money side of it. We know a lot of you have enough money for retirement. Hopefully you're not one of the 65% of Americans that aren't planning for their future.
Crazy.
Isn't that nuts? That's just crazy. Crazy. And we trust that you're not one of them and that, again, you have enough money. But now it's really talking about the planning, the fun side of planning for your future and how to do that together and how to have that kind of the money side and the relationship side come together when it comes to planning for your future. So we're going to give you 5 things that we're doing. Again, hopefully they'll spur you on to be able to do that. Scott thinks that's so funny when I do woot. He doesn't get that.
She does it at basketball games, really loud, which everybody knows her for it now, so she can't stop.
There you go. All right. Well, I just enjoy.
Do you know that you do that at basketball games?
No, I did not know
It's
that.
hilarious. It's awesome.
Okay.
I love it.
Okay, great.
You go, whoop!
Out of nowhere. So weird. Well, anyway. All right. Well, if you enjoy this message, if you're, any of the ideas that we have you think is a thumbs up, give us some love. Give us thumbs up. Give us hearts flying across.
And give us some of your suggestions,
too. We just, we're all in this together, guys. And planning for your future is a big part of your life. Did you know, I will say one other thing, that they call it the gray divorce. Those percentages are completely agreeing. As a matter of fact, increasing. As a matter of fact, the gray divorce rate, so these are people who are over 50 who are getting divorced, has more than doubled in the last few years. So
weird.
Yeah, and the reason is the reason that the gray divorce has really risen is because you don't have fun when you're married, and then kids leave and you're like out of there, and the planning part sounds like you don't want to live with the person for the rest of your life. So we don't want gray divorce. We want you to be excited about your future. We want to be excited where God is calling you, wherever. So we're excited about it. All right,
so let's jump in. We're going to talk about 5 points.
Okay.
The first one is, where are you going to live?
That's right.
And, I think
huge.
I think for a lot of us that have kids, our kids are still younger. We don't have older kids, but a lot of time the kids will dictate that occasionally.
Yeah.
Like, people want to be close to their grandkids. Yeah. Sometimes not so much. But it's important that you start talking about that. Where are we going to live?
Yeah. Now, so for us, we'll just share a little bit. We'll be kind of transparent as what kind of we're thinking. We don't have kids that are old enough, and we don't know where they're going to live. But we know that we want to have kind of one place, actually 2 places that we kind of call home. And then for us, we're planning on visiting them wherever they are instead of living necessarily exactly where they are. We think that's probably good for the health of our kids and probably the health for us.
They probably don't want mom and dad too close.
Exactly. So that's kind of what we're thinking now. Of course, things may change. But again, you've got to make sure they have enough money for whatever your plan is. So that's kind of what we're thinking now. We're going to have 2 places we live, probably Colorado. We're also thinking somewhere in Florida. That would be really fun for us. Originally, we were thinking California, but
taxes.
Not so much lately.
Can't deal with it.
Yeah. So, and some other things that are going on there. So that's kind of what we're thinking, those 2 places. But then we know once a quarter, we're going to visit our kids. So that's kind of the thought process with all of that. All right. So where you're going to live, huge. Start talking about it. Start dreaming about it. Start thinking about it. Okay. The second thing is, what are you going to do? Now, we all need and want to have a fulfilled life, and we all have passions, but we need to be thinking intentionally, what are our days, what are our weeks, what are our thoughts of what we're going to be doing? Because somebody told me this one time, I thought it was so true. Golfing is really fun when you know that you need to be in the office.
Although I'm not quite sure I Totally agree with that.
Well, you're not going to golf all day, every day.
No, but at least twice a week.
Okay, all right, so fun. Yes, great. So what is your day going to look like? Are you going to be mentoring other people? And we just know that's I have a huge passion for that. I love to do that. And I'm looking forward to having more time with that. But what is that going to look like? What is saving marriages, because that's always going to be a passion of ours, going to look like as we get older? So talking that out. So what is your time going to look like, and where are you going to live? Those are the two biggest ones to talk about and have some fun with your spouse, no matter what age you are. Thinking about it, dreaming about it, talking about it. One of the fun activities that we've done is, what are all the different places we'd like to live? What are all the different things that we would like to be doing? So we're kind of brainstorming and having fun with building those lists now.
Yep.
One thing we do know we're going to do in our first year after we do not...
And this goes perfect into number 3.
Yeah, it does. But one of the things... Okay, the whole idea of the first year. Okay,
yeah.
The first year, we are going to take a year and live 4 different places around the world for 3 months each. And the reason we want to do that is because we really want to experience and get into the culture of wherever those are. Scott's going to pick 2, and I'm going to pick 2. And we're having so much fun talking about that and what that would look like. And oh my gosh, I'm so excited about that year.
Which brings us to point number 3,
yes.
which is dream together.
Yes.
Start thinking about some cool ideas. This is one of our dreams, is to just kind of embrace the culture wherever we're living. I'm thinking I'd love to live.
Go to churches.
Yeah, go to churches and just do all the sightseeing stuff, but then also,
Food.
have tons of food. We'll probably gain a lot of weight that year.
Already planning on
Every
that.
place that we have to visit has to have a gym very close by, I think. But, that's one of our dreams. And so we're dreaming and we're working and we're going to make that happen.
Yeah,
so point
exactly.
number 3. So number 1, where are you going to live? Number 2, what are you going to be doing? And number 3, dream.
Absolutely, and have fun with that. Number 4 is, and this is really brings the love alive inside of your relationship, but get excited about it together. A lot of times people take this whole area of their future and they're like, stuff it. They're like, I don't want to think about it. But no, have fun, think about it, dream, and just really get excited about it. And that brings us to the last point. As you're talking these things, where are you going to live? What are you going to do? What are you excited about? Then make sure you're going to have enough money to be able to do that. And that's
budget,
really
baby.
how it works in the sense of, you have all these calculators and all that, all super important to go through. We've been in retirement planning industry for a long time. We know how important that is, and that's super important. But make sure, no matter what your dreams are, where you're going to live, what you're going to do, that you have enough dollars to be able to do it, to have the freedom to be able to do it.
Freedom and flexibility.
Oh, that is so key.
So often we find that people retire and they don't really know how much they need, when they're going to pull it out, how they're going to pull it out, and they get all scared. But if you've done the planning before, we're probably at least 15 years out from retirement. We've already started planning, and we know our number that we need to have to make sure that we are afforded to work with the organizations that we want to work with, go on missions trip, to take our year of awesomeness all around the world. We know what we need. And so we're striving to that, and that helps us keep excited together. That helps us dream, so that when we actually make that transition, we'll be ready. It won't be a scary money thing. It'll just be, wow, this is our new chapter in life.
And one of the reasons why a lot of people don't do the planning part is because right now they are living check to check, or maybe you're nervous about the dollars. Okay, so now's the time to make a change. If you need to be making more money, now's the time to be doing that. You may need to make some adjustments now in order to be able to have that excitement for your future. And that's okay.
Yep.
That's absolutely
totally
okay. And the last thing we just want to say too is that use your money personalities to your advantage as you're doing this planning. Okay, so I am what's called a spender risk taker. So I don't mind spending money. I love to give money away. So that's a big part of our future, is giving money away. We love it. And then also risk taker. I like different adventures. So as I'm talking about and getting excited, I talk about my personalities. My spender's going to need this. My risk taker's going to need that. Scott does the same thing. He's like my spender, because he's a spender security seeker. So his spender needs to have enough money to be able to have freedom to do to that, to be able to continue to give. A lot of times when people get older, they're not able to give as much.
And they get really sad about that.
Right, and so we don't want to be like that. But then security seeker, he needs a plan, and I know that. So we are planning. So make sure you know your 2 money personalities as you plan for your future. Actually, the 4 between both of you. Take your money personality assessment. Be sure to do that today, and plan for your future and make it great. All right, so 5 good things. I hope you learned a lot, and we were excited to be with you today. And as always, make it happen.